to be brutally frank, any kind of writing, as long as you can read it, is fine. But there are times when you want to come out with something that looks good, so it's handy to be able to do it when you need to. When would these times would be? Writing a love letter, writing a card to Granny, writing thank you letters, and particularly writing a letter of condolence. People will read these and reread them again and again, and so it's nice to just put in that little bit of extra, making sure that not only is it readable, legible, but that it is pleasing to the eye. But to be honest, how much do we need to worry about this? Not a great deal, but it's nice to be nice. The letters all come in different groups, but for fear that I'm going to forget them, we're just going to work our way through the alphabet because I think that's easier. So A, we start off there, up to this middle line, round, big fat tummy, up, down and kick. Should I get then? Round, big fat tummy, round, up, down and kick. Now we'll move on to B. So we go up. Now there are a couple of ways of doing B. You can go down and then kick like that. I tend to do it like that. So round, up to that top line, down, kick round and up. Or my mum would do it like that. That can look a bit like an F. So up and then maybe a thing like that to make it look like a B. See what I mean? Is you can play with it as you please. Then we come on to C. C is another one of those sort of big fat tummy letters. C, make sure it goes down just slightly, all the way back round, back. C, that's quite pleasing. C is probably one of the best letters to work with if you can get those lovely little arcades. Now let's say we got to C. D, another big fat letter one. So it's round, like the C and the A, but up, up, down and kick. Again, D, all the way around, up, 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 down and kick. On to E. So we go round, E. It's just having the discipline to sort of fit in with these lines, really. That's E, F, down to up to that line, crossing over at that bar, down to that one, all the way down, and then crossing over back at that one. So up, crossing over at that one, down, all the way down to the bottom, and then cross at that one. Ready for the next one. E, F, G, big fat tummy one. So round, big fat tummy, round down to this line, and crossing at this line here. Up, big fat tummy, round, down, and cross at that line there. G, H. So picking the line up, up, down, over, and kick. Ready? Up, all the way up to the top, down, over, and kick. Oh, I didn't go too well, did it? Never mind. H, I. I is just a question of I, and then make sure your dots are fairly close to them because that's where it can sometimes lead to confusion. J, not dissimilar. Up, now this time all the way down, like with the F, kick and cross over at that point there and dot on top. Up, down, all the way around, cross at that point. J. It's always difficult, isn't it, when you sort of start the concept. H, I, J, K. Lots of different ways of doing the Ks. Up, down, and then like a mini capital R is a nice way to do it up. So up, down, K. If I'm in a hurry, no, don't do it like if I'm in a hurry. So K, L, again, it's just sort of up, up, up. It's purely a matter of taste if you do it like that. If you do, just sort of try and keep them consistent. L. Now for the M's. Up, over, over and kick. Down, over, over and kick. Gets a bit trying to keep all your M's and N's and U's and things different. So just concentrate on each letter and making sure that you've got a little bit of space between each one. M, N, down, and then over and kick. Up, down, over and kick. Up, down, over and kick. This is turning out to be quite, normally my handwriting slopes more that way, so I'm not quite sure why it's ended up like this, but it has. N, O. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? O. You can see it just keeps going round. O. Oh, and we've gone off the sheet. How exciting. O, P. So a bit like the B, but you don't go, so you go up to that line, all the way down, up, and then big fat tummy going that way, and kick off. Up, down, all the way around, big fat tummy, kick off. P. Q. Q's a funny one. So A, see it's that big fat tummy that way, down, and then I just start again there, and don't try and join it up. I guess you can, but I think Q's so very rarely written, and it would always be QU, wouldn't it? Should we try that? Q, U. Let's try it that way. Q, U. Yeah, well, assuming that was neat. I personally prefer that. But it's your handwriting. You decide how you like it. R. So again, it's just down, up, and over. And then can you see that little bloop? Down, up, and over. And then bloop, down, up, and over. Bloop, down, up, and over. Otherwise, you just kind of end up with that, which is that an M or an N or a, so that little bloop just seems to help to clarify that a bit. Now we come on to the S. It's got to stay within these two lines here. So S and round and kick back. S round, kick back. S round and kick back. S. It's a bit like a sort of an open 8 really, isn't it? Oh, it's getting a bit. My mum does it like that. Oh. Which isn't, to be honest, radically different. As you can see, I'm not used to doing that too much. That doesn't look especially expert, does it? T. Up, all the way up, down, all the way up, down, all the way up. And then crossing the I's and the T's exactly on that line there. T. U. Up, down, and kick. Up. So with these U's you can end up, but I mean you never get two U's together, so it's U, up, down. It's quite a satisfying one. It's like the C, that's a satisfying one to trundle your way along. T, U, V. V's another one of those where you need the loop. Ready? The loop, and then V, and then a loop, V, the loop, V, just to try and keep it simple. V, W, so loop, and then just I would go and I lean that in slightly and then kick out. So it's like a little row of bottoms. That's better, isn't it? W, X. X is going to give you troubles, but how often do you need it? So we'll give ourselves another colour, and I tend to just do that. So you have to take your X. I think there are people that do that. Up to you, but make sure it's, because that could look like an E. Remember, clarity is what we're going for. But I think that will do. As I say, how often does it actually feature? It's not exactly a pressing worry, is it? X, Y. Again, let's have a loop. Ooh, we seem to have a funny business going on. Loop, and then down, round, down all the way down and cross there. Down, round and cross there. Up, down, round and cross there. That's Y, and then Z. I tend to do them like that, and then all the way around and up. but you can do it like that if you like. So you just sort of start on the up, down, or up. As I say, it's not often that you'll come across a Z, and people can generally tell what the word is when they get there. So once you've practiced writing your individual letters, deciding which ones you like, that's when you then need your spelling. Get a list of words that you like. So we're going to try cat. C-A-T. Cross the things. Dog. D-O. G. Hat. No, we've had hat. We'll have house. H-O-U-S-E. So just practice, practice, practice. It will come. Thank you for persevering. I don't think anybody will reach the end of this anyway, will they?